Hey everyone, we had some great news come out of Roblox in their second quarter 2023 earnings call. So in this video, I'm going to go through those and answer what that could mean for Roblox stock investors. So let's jump right into it. Starting with bookings, which were up 22% to 780 million. Daily active users of 65.5 million was up 25%. Hours engaged was 14 billion and that was up 24%. And the company now has over $3 billion of cash on hand. So let me go through each one of those and break it down a little bit more deeply. Starting with bookings of 780 million, up 22%. Now, interestingly, Roblox is free to join, okay, for users. But if you want to experience some of the premium items and premium games on the platform, you have to put money in. Okay, and so when players put money on the platform, Roblox records that as bookings, not revenue. And that turns into revenue over 24 months. Roblox just generally assumes that players will use up their money over 24 months. Now, if your kids are anything like my kids, it doesn't take them 24 months to use up the money they put on Roblox. Usually 24 hours is about enough for them to go through the money they put onto Roblox. But just for accounting's sake, Roblox rates that over 24 months. Okay, so when this booking comes in at 780 million, money comes in, Roblox then says, okay, this is going to be revenue over 24 months, regardless of how players actually end up using their Robux on the platform. Okay, so it's in the short term, it's not connected to how players use their Robux. In the long term, it is, because if players continue using their Robux faster, then Roblox can adjust their accounting to shorten that time frame to recognize the revenue from 24 months maybe down to 12 months, which will then turn these bookings into revenue more quickly. And so because this is the way Roblox accounts for the bookings, the deposits that come onto the platform, its revenue and profitability is out of whack. It's not very informative of what's going on with the business, because the revenue and the bookings are out of whack. And unless Roblox would have equal bookings and revenue growth, then the company's profitability metrics are going to be out of whack, right? Because it's growing its business, and so while that's growing, the revenue is lagging behind. It's just out of whack, and for that reason, I always mention that looking at Roblox, booking is more informative than revenue, and then cash flow from operations is more informative than profitability. Okay, which I have highlighted here. The company reported a GAAP net loss of 283 million. This is one of the few companies where I will actually give them a pass for reporting a loss because of the way they record their revenue. The way they record their revenue makes their results look worse than it actually is. Okay, moving on to daily active users, 65.5 million. That was up 25% year over year. This is remarkable in that there was a lot of concern when economies reopened that Roblox would lose a lot of their daily active users. That hasn't been the case. So this has been a very pleasant surprise for Roblox stock investors. The company's been able to maintain user growth even after economies reopened, so capitalizing on the growth it experienced during the earlier stages of the pandemic. Hours engaged was up 24% year over year. And of course, the more people are interacting with the platform, the better it is, the more likely they are to deposit money on the platform and play and generate revenue. Now, another interesting point is Roblox is working on ramping up advertising on Roblox. And so these metrics will become even more important when Roblox rolls out the advertising, because then Roblox can more effectively monetize this increase in daily active users and the increase in engagement. Because right now, a very small percentage of Roblox's daily active users ever put money on the platform. And so for the vast majority of these daily active users, Roblox has not been monetizing them. So as it ramps up advertising, it can then monetize these daily active users. And the company generated 28 million of operating cash flow. And I mentioned this is more informative than looking at the GAAP net loss. As long as the company is generating positive operating cash flow, I think that's good news for Roblox stock investors because it can sustain itself, it can self-fund its growth, and it has grand ambitions for growth. It's aiming right here, you see their vision and mission to have 1 billion daily active users, which is significantly higher than where they're at now at 65.5 million. And finally, the company has 3 billion in cash on hand. And that's even more important now because interest rates are so high. The company can deposit this 3 million in certificates of deposits at a bank or buy short-term government, ultra-safe government securities and earn 5% on that $3 billion, which can be close to $150 million annually of interest income, which goes straight to the bottom line because that's all profit. There is no cost associated with that interest income. So overall, a lot of great news for Roblox stock investors coming out of Roblox's latest earnings call. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.